up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kat if you're new here. If not, you already knew that information. Today we are going to be doing some swatches of the new Jeffree Star Cremated palette. I already filmed this video, however, it turned out really bad because I filmed it by myself and did not have any helpers like my sister or anything to help me film it. So today I have recruited my wonderful mother to help me with the camera work. So she will be behind the camera. Everyone comment, thanks mom, down below. When I go to show you guys the palette, it already has marks in it because I literally already filmed this video. So it's already dug into, it's already used, it's already tampered with. However, that does not change how the colors are going to work, so whatever. We're just gonna refilm this video because the first one was trash. So let's go ahead and without further ado, let's just jump right into the swatches because that's what we're all here for anyway. Okay, so we're going to start on this top row here and we're going to start out with the color Hearse. Jeffree is pretty known for doing some controversial stuff. Okay, that's pretty cute. He has a questionable past, which we all know. So whenever he released the Cremated palette in the middle of a global pandemic that was like killing people, people had some issues with that. This is Angel of Death. However, you know, it's not the worst scandal that he's ever had in his life. He did release a statement kind of explaining the process that goes into making makeup and how it takes months for the production, months for the names, months for everything to come out. And if he were to hold off on releasing the palette, that I guess like the makeup would expire at that point. And so it didn't really make sense to keep postponing it. He already did postpone it by at least a month or two. So he just basically didn't want the makeup to expire. So I get that. And he came up with the whole name and concept for it, I guess, before like the whole coronavirus situation happened. So I guess I can see like where he was coming from. And I don't think that he meant like any disrespect by it. Other things in the past, I think he meant disrespect by it, but not this one. So this one is Gravedigger. Oh, that was a bad swatch, sorry. Here we go. Next, we're gonna go in with Death Certificate right here. I'm interested to see how this goes because I don't know how many different shades of gray you can make. I mean, like so far, these all look pretty different. So far so good, but I'm nervous when we get down into like all the colors, like if they're gonna keep staying different or if like we're just gonna have a lot of repeat grays. We're gonna see. All right, so the next color we have is this one here. These mattes are all so creamy and soft. And I just wanted to point out too that I am wearing this palette on my eyes right now. The last color we have here is this sparkly color. You guys know I like live for the sparkly shades. This one's called Pallbearer. So ooh, look at that. Look at the shine and the shimmer. I'm doing another one. Guys, I know that like some people just do like one swipe for swatches. No, I'm like building this up because I want, like when you put it on your eyes, you're not gonna just put one swipe on. You're gonna do it until it looks good. So that's what I'm doing on my arm. So this is the first row, all complete. So whenever Jeffree came out with this palette, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get it. The funny thing about it is my dad actually owns a cemetery, which is like weird enough. I mean, like, how many people do you know who their like parents own a cemetery? Like whatever, that's like a weird job, but like, I mean, it's fine. But I just thought like, wow, that is so crazy. Like I need to get this palette because it like fits into my life story or whatever. That color is Inheritance. And next we have Wednesday, which is gray, like all the other colors in this palette. I mean, like, I'm starting to see, like, a little bit of differences. Like, there's some shimmers. This one's, like, a little bit green, honestly, if you, like, look at it in the right light. This one's more, like, cool toned. I'm definitely, like, more of a fan of the sparkly colors so far. This one is called Mortuary Beautician, which Jeffree actually has said that if he was not doing what he's doing now, that that's what he would have been if he was not like some famous YouTuber right now. So that's an interesting fun fact about him. Next, we're going in with this color, which is like almost like brownish. So I'm glad that there's colors that are not just like all gray. And it's called Last Look. Yeah, that's like a good like switch up from like all the grays, I think. This next color is Solemnly Swear, and it almost looks like it's gonna be like purpley gray. Yeah, that's like such a cool like shade there. And the last shade on this row is called The Morgue. It's like another greenish gray tone. So that is the first two rows all complete. Now that I've done the first 2 rows, I'm gonna go through them in order starting here. So we have hearse, angel of death, grave digger, death certificate, r.i.p, and pallbearer. And then the second row is inheritance, Wednesday, mortuary beautician, last look, solemnly swear, and the morgue. So now what we are going to do is we're going to switch over to this arm because I ran out of space on this one. The next color we're going in with is mausoleum, which is like another like brownish tan shade. So this one is called mausoleum, and this is like another like brownish kind of a shade. I'm so glad that he threw in some shades that were not gray. Like, I know that this is like supposed to be like a gray palette, but you know, you can only make so many different shades. Like, I'm so nervous when we get to like these ones that these are just gonna start to be so similar. So next we have embalmed, which is, it's fine. It's like average. Like, it's pretty much just like what you would expect like gray to be. Next we have eulogy. Looks like it's gonna have like a little bit of a purpley undertone to it. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, I can see why he put all these colors in, but like, you can't tell me that embalmed doesn't look exactly like life insurance, look exactly like goodbye. Like, they all look the same, but okay. With that being said, this is life insurance. I mean, yeah, it's exactly the same, but I'm not a makeup professional. Jeffree's a millionaire. He probably knows what he's doing better than I do. If you can see a difference in that, let me know, but okay. Next we have Last Respects, which is another tannish color. These colors can just be used kind of like a smoky eye that's like not as gray. He was kind of creating this palette so that you could do like smoky eye looks, and this is like a little bit more like natural rather than going for like the full black and gray colors that people do for smoky eyes. And the last color on this row is Goodbye, which again, I feel like is going to be very similar to embalmed and life insurance, but we shall see. Yeah, I mean, okay, this one has like a little bit of a shimmer to it, but it's gray. Whatever. All right, and now we are finally on the last row. So we're going to go in with this first color, which is called Obituary. I think that the names of all of these shadows are super cool. I think that like one thing, there's a fly. Was that on my video?
I didn't notice.
Okay. I think that one thing that Jeffree does really well is he's always like very creative, and he always comes up with things that are like outside the box. For example, one of his palettes was Blood Sugar, which was like one of his very well-known palettes. It did really well, and I actually ended up getting that for my sister, who is type 1 diabetic. So I thought that that was really funny because blood sugar, diabetes. So it definitely like fit her situation, so I ended up getting that for her diet birthday. So that's just like stuff that, you know, other people don't do. Like, other people don't release palettes about like cemeteries and about like blood. Next one we have is Burial Gown, which is a cream color. So this is like the first light color that we have, which you can use kind of like under your brow bone or on the inner corner. So that's really cute. It's like almost a little bit yellowy, creamy. Cute. Okay, and then the next color we have, this is my favorite color, honestly. So we're gonna swatch that now, and that is beautiful. It's like champagne color. You could almost even use this as like a highlighter. It's really pretty. The next color is Casket Ready, which is another light color. I also really like how he arranged this palette, going from like kind of darkest to lightest. A lot of the time palettes will just be arranged kind of randomly, and I really like how he arranged this palette to be like the darkest colors to the lightest colors. It just makes more sense to me. Okay, and now we are on the last two, which are Death Blow, which is just a plain white. Boom. Cute. And the last one we have is Diamond Ashes, which is, looks like it's gonna be really freaking pretty. All sparkly and white, and boom. Yes, stunning. This looks like you would almost wear it for like a wedding or something. It's like so pretty. Okay, so starting here and then going this direction, we have Mausoleum, Embalmed, Eulogy, Life Insurance, Last Respects, and Goodbye for the third row. And the last row is Obituary, Burial Gown. And for the last row, we have Obituary, Burial Gown, Afterlife, Casket Ready, Death Blow, and Diamond Ashes. Okay, so now that I've done all the swatches, I'm kind of going to go over and give my final thoughts. Overall, I mean, Jeffree's pretty much known for the pigments, so as you guys can see, they're all very pigmented. They all show up very well. They're pretty much exactly what you would expect looking at the palette versus how they actually swatch. There is fallout, but that's like not something that ever bothers me. Like, I literally don't care as long as it ends up looking good, which it does. I do think that like some of these gray tones, this one, and like maybe some of the darker ones, like this one and this one with like the more greener ones and like some of the purpley ones, like, okay, we got it. Like, it's gray with a purple undertone. It's gray with a green undertone. It's light gray. Fine, I get it. I do think that he could have cut some of them out. I do think that he could have got rid of just like one row of colors, not necessarily these ones, but like got rid of 4 colors and then just had it be like a 5x4 rather than a 6x4, just because I do think that some of the colors tend to be a little bit repetitive. Overall, I would say that this is a good palette. I got this palette on the original release date, so I was one of the first people who was lucky enough to get it. I was literally on it the second that the website released it, and it went out of stock within like 20 minutes, I think. But the palette was actually $58. I know that he will be restocking it soon. It got to me within like a week, I think, so the shipping was good. It came intact. There were no broken pieces. So at the end of the day, I would definitely recommend getting this palette if you are into the smoky look, or if you like grays and blacks and those kinds of colors. This is definitely the palette for you. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys could give me a big thumbs up, that would be awesome. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite color was. Do you think it was a controversial time for him to release the palette? Do you already have the palette? Are you looking forward to getting the palette? Let me know. Let's talk in the comments. I respond to each and every one of you. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can stay up to date on all my latest videos. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye!